Okay, let's just get straight to the point. I want to show you how I took the position that I took this morning. And how easy it is without none of the bullshit, none of the noise, none of those indicators. Let me explain to you really quick how I do it. Okay, so first of all, you need to identify the previous high or the most immediate high, which is going to be right here, this. Okay, and then the low of the previous session, which is right here. Okay, this was London session, right? When I woke up and I got on the charts, it was around right here. Okay, so first I want you to know the core of my strategy is that, okay, if we break the low, that means we're going high, and if we break the high, we're going down, and we can already see that here. Okay, so for this move I was already late because we already broke the previous low, we grabbed liquidity, and eventually we went up. So the market for me right here is telling me that it's going to go to meet the previous high, right? Which is what I was expecting. So I was waiting for this high to be broken so that I could enter my sales. And that's exactly what happened. Let's replay. And another thing that I want you guys to know is that always around this time, I have this marks right here, right? Because this is when big moves happen between these time frames, right? So between this time frame, which is going to be, it's most likely around from 7 till 9:30, there's always a Fed wire. The whole purpose of that is to stimulate the market, right? To stimulate the price action, so the traders can take advantage of that and profit. Just pretty much just stimulate. Okay, let's keep watching. Now we see that, right? Right when we went here, right when we broke through, that's when I entered my sales. So I took a sale, right? I held it. Like if you go on my channel and watch yesterday's live during your session, here's where I entered, right? It came back down, then it went back up to grab more liquidity, but I held it. So, and the other thing is, for me, you could hold it longer, but I don't want to be on the charts all day. So, how do I find where to put my TP? So, whatever was the price that was trading at before the big move, or like right at the beginning of the session, that's where price is going to come back to. Okay, I need you to understand that this is a marketplace, right? This is buying and selling. If you are buying something just for the purpose of selling it, right? Okay, if someone already bought it and simulate the price to go bullish, to go higher, and your only purpose is to make a profit out of that, then of course, when you buy right here and it goes up, you're gonna exit your position, right? That's exactly what happens. I don't know why people make it so complicated, but it's just common sense. Okay, whoever bought down here, once it goes up, of course you're gonna want to exit their position, right? And that's what they do. That's why this shit happens, right? This down movement. Let's get closer. Maybe 3-minute turn. Okay. Yeah. So right here. Okay. But this some people might call it a fake out or whatever. It's just whatever you call it. That's what it is. But in reality, it's not, right? This is just pure executions on taking profits or placing trades. And eventually, it went back up to gather more liquidity because it pushed even higher, as we will see. See? But this was another fake out, right? Like a lot of you might call it. But I held it and I actually added another position because since this is like pretty clear to me that it's going to be that, I was confident that I was going to be able to capitalize on that. And so I held it through. If you go watch the live, you'll see that. Right there. It's just going to keep melting. It was hesitating a little bit, but nonetheless, I exit like around here, right there. I think that's when I exit. No, right there is when I exit. Okay, but this was my ultimate TP. How? Because, like I said, when a move happens, big move like this during a New Year session, that price before the push, that's where whoever enter it's at, right? They're gonna get out of that level. So once they get out of that, you might not know what's gonna happen. Your 3 lots are not gonna make a difference in the market. So you might as well just exit with them. So that's always where I set my take profit. Sometimes I might hold it longer, but sometimes I just don't want to risk it, and I just secure the profits, and that's it. Just open a big enough position to where like you're gonna make what you want. But yeah, that was pretty much how I took it, just from high to low and from low to high. That's all it does. It's once you start to see it into go on the charts and get that experience every day, you're going to learn to you're going to learn on how to spot it, right? Because this might be nonsense, right? When you're a beginner and you look at this is just nonsense, right? If I don't explain to you what this might mean, it's just nothing, right? It's all pretty unknown territory, but once I break it down, then it makes it easier. But even though, if you're liking the experience, you might not be able to see it. But okay, I want to explain again, from high to low, from low to high, and from high to low. Because look, if we just let it run, we're gonna see where it goes. Where do you think it's gonna go? If I say from low to high, from high to low, it's gonna go to the previous low, right? I could have held it, but I don't want to be on the charts the whole day, right? I have a life. There's things to do. There we go. Back to the low. It's just simple. You're making it too fucking difficult for yourself by adding all the other bullshit that you don't really need.